Somehow a collective network of observers with brain and heart coherence is causing a machine that's programmed to go zeros and ones all of a sudden to behave more orderly. And that happens just about 100% of the time when we do those coherence healings. So then we did further studies where we put several of them in the room, and we took one and we insulated it in a Faraday cage, which is basically nickel and copper, mostly copper, but nickel too. And those are heavy metals that insulate electromagnetic frequencies. You go to the radiologist and they're going to x-ray your spine. They may put a copper little something over your ovaries just to diminish the absorption of radiation. So when we wrapped it in copper and nickel, all the other machines behaved very orderly except the one that was wrapped. So we know now on some level that the metal somehow insulated some type of electromagnetic energy, heart being the magnetic field, brain being the electrical signal in the field. So we look at the last point, we were just looking at this data with with a Harvard cardiologist. And there was just one fascinating measurement where we had all these people wearing HRV measurements, and beginning of the coherence healing, everybody's heart coherent, and then you see this dramatic drop in every one of the coherence healings where the heart becomes incoherent. And he said, can somebody tell me why it only happens during the coherence healings and never in any other meditations? They just kept getting more coherent. It's because that moment there's an arousal. And that's the moment the entire collective is now on the sympathetic nervous system switched on, and it's moving enormous amounts of energy, a lot of energy to the brain. What happens afterwards is truly insane. Because when, as I said earlier, just like when people create, after that coherence healing, their heart energy and coherence goes up weeks later. In other words, they're not trying to feel love. They feel love. And then the next question is, why would you stop doing it? It's so much better than a football game. It's so much better than a shopping spree. And you're helping people to heal and change. And we've got unbelievable stories of people with stage 4 cancers and blindness and deafness and all kinds of spinal cord injuries, muscular dystrophy, all kinds of ALS, all kinds of crazy conditions where people are, somehow renewed by the collective.